Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing, man, coming to you live and direct. What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing, man. I ain't been on in a little second, but I've been out of town. But I tell you this, man, we got some big things to talk about coming in this boxing game. A lot of exciting things coming. We got the David Benavidez, Caleb Plant coming up next week. I mean, just some big fights. We all know about April 22nd. We getting Gervonta Tank Davis versus King Ryan Garcia. You know, that's another big fight. Also, too, another fight we got coming is your boy Cool Boy Steph going against the Monster Inoue, which is another huge fight. So we got some big fights coming. I'm really excited to see what's going on. The state of boxing is really well. I mean, right now it's kind of slow. We just all waiting on these big fights to happen. So I'm excited about them. I really am. I'm excited about what's going on. Hey, YouTube been playing some games on me. I don't know what they doing. I've been having like all these issues with my channel, but you know what? I'm gonna keep going for you guys, man, because I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. This is something that I plan on making a living with. But at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have your rocky times with things just like anything else. So I'm excited. Just glad to be able to be talking to you guys, man, about the greatest sport in the world, which is boxing. And you know me, man, I talk about a little bit of everything, man. You know, politics, local things, national things. But what I got on here today, man, one thing I want to talk about today is, man, we got to get ready for these big fights, man, because I'm telling you, man, this might be the biggest year in boxing in probably about 10 years or so. So I'm just really excited about what's going on. You got Tank Davis, being a true coward, putting his rehydration clause on Ryan. See, nobody talks about the facts that, hey, Tank Davis is this big bad gangster, whatever he calls himself. And guess what? He got a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia because he's scared to death. It's that simple, man. Nobody talks about the truth. At the end of the day, he didn't put no rehydration clause on Mario Barrios, but he put one on King Ryan. And why is that? Because he's scared to death. He knows for a fact that Ryan's going to stop him. He knows that Ryan's too big, too strong. So what is he doing? What a lot of cowards do, put a rehydration clause on him. And I tell you what, I didn't expect that from Tank. Tank really took me back on that one. I did not ever in a million years think Tank Davis was a coward. But he's an absolute coward. To put a rehydration clause on him, I think it's just retarded, man. Why would you do something like that? And it just goes to show, man, all that barking, all that tough talk is just what it is. It's all talk because at the end of the day, he's scared to death. He's scared to death. I mean, I don't want to hear nothing, man. At the end of the day, if he was so good, he was so strong, whatever the case may be, we wouldn't be hearing about a rehydration clause. But guess what? We're getting just that, a rehydration clause, which to me is simply ludicrous, man. Biggest dude or whatever, you a big star, but you want to have a rehydration clause for what? What does that prove? It doesn't prove anything. It shows exactly what we all knew, that Tank really probably didn't want to take this fight, but he had no choice. So what did he do? He took the fight. And now, when the rubber meets the road, all these crazy stipulations go up on Ryan. And at the end of the day, I can't be mad at Ryan Garcia for doing whatever it took to make the fight. And that's what happens. When someone's the A side, you gotta do what the A side say. It's been like that since the beginning of time. So I really don't take any fault in the fact that it happened, but I want everybody to know what it is. Tank Davis is a coward. Why would you put a rehydration clause on somebody if you say you so big and bad? Oh, he only got a left hook. You didn't do none of this. And Mario Barrios is a bigger man than Ryan Garcia. But for some reason, like I've been telling everybody, the power scares Tank. Tank is scared to death. You can see him in the press conference. He did not look himself. The man had on what? Lipstick and lace, a purple fur. I mean, all Tank needed was a tongue ring, man. He looked really crazy. He just looked off brand, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it's funny how no one wants to call out the fact that he put a rehydration clause on Ryan. It's funny, man. And people calling Ryan a kid. he this and he that. But guess what? He got your boy Tank Davis putting a rehydration clause on him because Tank don't want to get punished. And guess what? It's gonna be even crazier when Tank is unconscious on the canvas. And he did all this other backhanded BS that you accused Canelo of, you accused Floyd of. Hold on one second, my man in the building. Stills 0100. Ryan is a TikTok boxer model, bro. Hey, that's capping, you know it. If he was all that, what you're saying, why is that coward Tank Davis putting a rehydration clause on him? The fact is this, bro. You won't call it out. Usually you tell the truth. So I'm kind of shocked at you, bro. Usually you tell the truth. But you know for a fact that kid, Ryan, has Tank scared to death. I've never seen Tank so rattled like this. I mean, he don't even look himself, man. He usually come into these fights super confident. You know, I'm not saying he ever is a big talker. I mean, he didn't do much talking with Rolly, but at the end of the day, he just looks so, I don't know, man. I don't know what the word is for it, but he doesn't look himself, man. He looks like he's really, really shook. He looked shook at them press conferences, man. Like even when he was doing putting his fist on Ryan's chin and Ryan put his fist on his chin. Hey, it's funny, man. The so-called TikTok boxer got your boy Tank Davis scared to death. I mean, it's just funny, man. That's the one thing I love about boxing. There's so much theater into it. You know, everybody talks about the WWE. The WWE is the greatest blueprint on how to create, you know, drama and anticipation for a sport. And I tell you what, I'm super excited about what I'm seeing with Ryan and Tank. Those press conferences were explosive. Thank God no hands were thrown, anything like that, but you know, it looks like it's some great stuff. My man said Tank look relaxed. In what world he look relaxed, bro? The man had on lipstick and lace, bro. He looked relaxed. Come on, man. Right now, you fronting, bro. You fronting, man. My man, Athletic Mind, what's up, bro? This man right here been ducking me, man. So we got to get him in here. This man's been ducking me. You know, I'm telling you, man, I feel like my man Debo. Who wants some of Debo? That's how I feel all the time. Who wants some of Debo, man? But like I said, Tank Davis did not look himself. I mean, and then on top of that, putting his rehydration clause on Tank. I don't ever want to hear anybody complain again about Canelo doing it. I don't want to hear nobody ever complain about Canelo doing this, bro. At the end of the day, what's up, my man Eli? What's up, bro?
Hey man, what's good, man? Hey, this quick disclaimer, bro. Before we get up here, I just need to know is you gonna cap, bro? On some real shit, bro. I
Hey,
want all honesty, unbiasedness. That's all I want, my nigga. That's all I
hey,
want, my nigga.
you know I bring that, man. I'm not like you, man. I just tell you what
Like
I
me,
see,
what
bro.
you mean, like me, bro?
I'm not like you, man.
Nah,
I
that's
bring
you
nothing
all the way being biased, bro. Come on, bro.
biased about what.
I want
Tell
you
me
to
what.
be unbiased. I want you to give your true perspective on all things and how you see it, bro.
I do that, man. That's all I do is give you
All
unbiased
right, all
opinion.
right, all right. So we can have a conversation. What's good, bro? How you?
I'm doing good, man. How about you, bro? How you been?
Everything good, bro.
Good. I can't complain either, man. I tell you this though. I want to know your true opinions on this fight, man. What's up with this rehydration clause?
Oh yeah, I definitely spoke on that. Like, I feel like Tank is not who he portrays to be. The confident guy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the
Can you hear me?
confident. Yeah, I can. The
Yep.
confident guy that he portrays to be. Like, I didn't like that. I mean, he went to 140, fought Barrios. You know, he did say he didn't feel comfortable, so he's back at 35. You know,
Mm-hmm.
being as though he the A side. You know, he kind of flexing his muscles a lot. Throughout this whole thing. That was really telling that he did put that in the fight. I don't know if that was his idea or the guys his team's idea, but all in all falls on him at the end of the day. When we remember this fight, we're gonna remember that, and we're gonna remember that we're gonna blame Tank for that. You get me? So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that at all. And if he's gonna do, like I said, if he's gonna do this to somebody like Ryan Garcia to me, who I feel like he knows he can beat, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a guy like the other guys who me and you definitely feel like could beat him for sure, Shakur Stevenson. What is he gonna
Mm-hmm.
do with a Shakur Stevenson? Is he gonna try to make this man chop off his arm and fight him with one arm and one leg? Like, you know what I'm saying? And Shakur, I think, is more equipped than Ryan Garcia besides power. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he's not that confident. You know, all the confidence the little bit of confidence he does have to think he could beat Ryan Garcia, that's about it. All he has. But past that, I don't think he has confidence to go fight a Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson or any of the guys at 140, you know what I'm saying, that was, previously calling his name, so I didn't like that at all. That's very telling, bro.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I'll say this. Speak on that Sugar Shakur that you brought up, Sugar Shakur. My only thing with Sugar Shakur, he might not be strong enough to keep Tank off of him. But boxing wise, that's the only person I think he's the best boxer in that division. I mean, hands down. I mean, it's the old saying, he can swim without getting wet. But when it comes to power, man, I think really I don't know. The thing is, I think people sleeping on Ryan. The reason I say they sleeping on Ryan, because Ryan hasn't had those big fights, but the man has all the talent in the world. And we sleeping on Joe Goosey, man. You can't tell me Joe Goose is not a better trainer than Cowboy Ford, man.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I ain't. I'm
definitely
wouldn't argue that.
Even though he wear them ugly pantsuits, man, be looking crazy.
Yeah, sure. Hey.
He's a heck of a trainer, man. I think he's gonna get a very improved Ryan Garcia in that fight. And I just honestly don't see how Tank be able to contend with that game plan, the jab. I don't know if you've been watching any of the workouts that they've been having, and Ryan's really working on that strong, stiff piston-like jab. I mean, that's going to just keep resetting Tank, and that's the only thing I've seen really Tank struggle with is the jab, long arms, reach. Only thing I can be honest, I'm worried about Ryan's feet because he doesn't have good feet at all. I've never really seen too many Mexicans with good feet, but his feet are super, super slow. And that's the only thing that worries me when it comes to Tank and Ryan. That's the only thing, because you got to get out the way of someone who punches, man. and you remember Mario Barrios couldn't get out of the way of some of Tank's punches, and that was just the telling part of the fight. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know when you hear me talk about Ryan Garcia, there's an inkling that you think I'm messing around, but I'm telling you, I think Ryan Garcia has Hall of Fame talent. I've been saying this for a long time. I just think he's got to get serious about the sport.
It's no disputing that. I mean, he has that, but he doesn't have fundamentals going along with it and experience. So he can have all the Hall of Fame talent in the world. Experience and fundamentals is important to go with it. If he had that, I wouldn't be questioning him at all in this fight. I would be picking him, but he don't have that, So,
I mean, I get it, but the thing is, every time we watch Tank fight, Tank gets punished the first few rounds. And
I don't know about punish, bro. Punish is crazy.
He
get touched up though. He get touched up.
There you go, man. Not being unbothered, we was being unbiased.
You're saying punish. No, punish is when the fight is about to get stopped. That's punish, bro.
Okay. I didn't say the fight about to get stopped. Well, okay, I use a different word. He be getting beat on. He gets beat up.
He gets hit. Yeah, he gets hit for sure. He gets hit more than you.
And you can't tell me if Hector Garcia, those shots that Hector Garcia got, if Ryan got those same shots, he's not going to stop him. There's no way you can tell me that. It's just that simple.
Same way, like I could say, if Luke Campbell can hit, that's just triangle theory. You know what I'm saying? Like if Luke Campbell can hit him upside the head, and Luke Campbell not known to be a puncher, what you think Tank gonna do? I could say that to counter that what you just said. So
that's the thing, man. That's the thing about Tank that we keep saying. Tank is a wonderful fighter, great fighter, but the thing is this is going to be his biggest challenge. I mean, people talk about when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, but at the end of the day, Leo Santa Cruz on the other side of the hill. That wasn't Leo Santa Cruz from like 2014 and 15. This was Leo Santa Cruz really at the end of his career, and Tank got him out of there. And really, you can honestly say Leo Santa Cruz was winning that fight until Tank knocked him out.
Look, I don't really like when I look at Tank's wins. I'm not even looking at that win because he brought him up first off, and I wouldn't say he all at the end of his career and none of that. He was winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed what type of fight he is in that fight. He just got knocked out, but that was a fight where he brought him up. Tank was already coming down from 35. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nah. So I don't really. When I look at Tank's best opponents, I look at the person who gave him the most resistance, and that would be Barrios, bro. I think Barrios was a tougher fight, obviously, than Leo Santa Cruz. When you look at how the fight went, so.
Yeah, I you know what? That's a good one. I really thought Rolly was really giving it to Tank.
Absolutely, he was.
I thought he was giving it to Tank, and I honestly thought at a point, but then Rolly being just an idiot and not having any kind of ring IQ, he got exposed. But because I think it was that dude Jackson, he did the same thing that Tank did. I mean, I thought he beat Rolly back then, but I say this: Rolly just didn't have the IQ. I think Ryan gonna have the IQ through Joe Goosen to really do this, man. Because I'm telling you, man, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I've never seen no one talk to Tank this way, and you could tell it was affecting him, man. You know, Tank thinks he's like some
Nah,
type of
Rolly was
gangster or
talking. I
something.
think Rolly got it. He didn't get into his head like Nah, Rolly was getting into him, but he didn't get into like
He was just roasting him. He was just
yeah,
roasting
Rolly.
him.
He didn't get
That
in
was
his
it.
head or nothing like Ryan getting in his head. He was just roasting him.
I mean, I keep saying it, man. Tank looked shook, man. He looked shook in that whole thing. Like he doesn't. I
I,
don't think
I
Tank. I
don't
don't
know
think Tank
about
knows how to not be the bully. And I really see him getting stopped in the seventh round, man. I just do. And
I
I
don't
just
know.
hope.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about neither one of them being shook. I think they very prepared. I didn't see any one of them being shook. I think they prepared for the situation at hand. Maybe I'm not looking at it right, but I didn't see that. You know, what would tell me that is, Tank's actions leading up to the fight, all of the loopholes that Ryan said he had to jump through allegedly to, get the fight. And even Leonard Ellaby stated that if it wasn't for Ryan's team, no, if it wasn't for Ryan, the fight wouldn't happen. He had to force his team's hand to make the fight. And
Right.
Tank didn't seem like, I don't know. So it's really weird. It's really weird shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The thing that's been going on with Golden Boy really since Oscar De La Hoya stopped fighting, um, Oscar wants to be the biggest star, and that's the problem. He wants to do the same thing Floyd was doing. That's why nobody can stay with Floyd because they want to be the biggest star. You know, when you got that type of ego, man, when you were as great as they were, I mean, we think about Canelo being big. He's nothing compared
I I,
to what Oscar De La Hoya was when he was in his prime. I mean,
I
not
don't really.
even not even a quarter of what De La Hoya was, bro. Like Pepsi commercials. I was a small child at that time in the 90s, but I remember seeing De La Hoya on the Pepsi commercials in Toys R Us. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you know what that is, but in Toys R Us, just the I would say the biggest nigga on the planet, man. And you look at him, he can't seem to get out of the way of his fighters. So, and of course, I don't know. I don't really like how Bernard Hopkins acts when he since he's been with Golden Boy. I think he does a lot of this pandering, and I don't know, man. He don't even seem like the B Hop I remember, man. When I see him, some of the stuff I see him say, oh yeah, Floyd bought him chains and a car. What are you trying to say? If the black man do he's a thug. He's like, you know what I mean? I don't understand it. It's a problem when a black man do it, but it's okay when Oscar do it. That's the only thing about Bernard. Bernard Hopkins is not very real anymore. I think he's a coward what he's doing because he's been with De La Hoya, man. Like he just almost being like his Steven from Django, man. He just stepping and fetching whatever Oscar say is law. And it's just sad to see one of our legends doing that, bro. That's the thing, man. It's just sad to see that, man. But I'm excited, man, about boxing. I got a question for you, man. So what do you think about this David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight? Who's your pick, man?
I'm rolling with David Benavidez for sure.
What makes you say that?
Just because he's hungrier, he's undefeated. That's very important. He don't know how to lose yet. It's going to be a really good competitive fight. I can see Caleb Plant having a lot of success in this fight, being as though their two styles are great for each other. It's a real bad style for Caleb Plant, but we know that Caleb Plant, his gas tank hasn't always showed up in all of his fights. You know what I'm saying? And we know that David Benavidez does have a tremendous gas tank. Is able to put punches together, but will he be able to cut off the ring against Caleb Plant? I think so, because Caleb Plant, sometimes his footwork, sometimes he gets, what could I say? I feel like he gets bored in there. He can't do that with Caleb Plant. I mean, he can't do that with David Benavidez, right? And sometimes he ends up, for the most part, he ends up on the ropes, like he did in the Canelo fight very often, which we know Canelo doesn't have the best footwork in the world, but he knows how to cut off the ring. And when Caleb Plant kept going to the ropes, I mean, you just open yourself up for failure with that against Canelo. So if you do that against David Benavidez, to me, a younger, faster, I wouldn't say more powerful, but he has really good power, considerable power. I think that he's gonna set himself up for failure. But at the same token, David Benavidez, I will hope he's not bringing his emotions into the ring because that can get you hurt real bad. You know, bringing emotions and trying to get your leg back in the ring, that could get you hurt, knocked out. You know, potentially have your, you know, your life could be ended by that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going there with the right mindset. So, yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I'm rolling with David Benavidez, bro.
Hey, salute to you. Peace to you as well. Hold on one second. My man said David seems to get hit a lot and point is quick, but DB hits with bad intentions. I agree with that. I agree with that, but I'll tell you this. I thought about I was going with Caleb. I was going with the Mexican Monster at first, but I'm gonna go with Caleb Plant because when you see somebody that shook emotionally, I mean, you would have thought he slept with David's wife or something, man. Like he just like an emotional wreck, man. And I just don't see him beating Caleb Plant that angry. It reminds me of the same kind of anger that Deontay Wilder brought into that third fight with Tyson Fury.
Yep.
Well, I thought he really could have been live, but he was so angry, he blew a lot of his steam. You know, he blew a lot of that energy early on. And I just think, I don't know if you look at this, but I think what Breadman has been doing with Caleb Plant has just been amazing, man. This is the first time, if you watch, Caleb Plant is turning his punches over. He's being more aggressive. You know, the movement is stopped as far as, you know, remember he used to do a lot of that riding a bicycle. He's kind of stopped a little bit of that and kind of got his feet up under him. A lot of what you see with Jermell Charlo, I'm starting to see with Caleb Plant. And I'm really starting to think, and I think I'll make my prediction that he's going to stop the Mexican Monster because David gets hit entirely too much. He just entirely too much. My man said it's a 60-40 fight leaning towards DB. You know what? I just honestly, David Benavidez has fought nobody. He hasn't fought nobody. And if you ask, when they fought Anthony Dirrell, I don't believe in the triangle theory, but he didn't really start beating Anthony Dirrell until Anthony Dirrell got cut. You know, so I don't know what you think about that, bro. About the fact that David wasn't really dominating that fight until Dirrell got cut.
I haven't seen the fight in a really long time, but that probably is the case. I got to go back and rewatch it. But I definitely thought Caleb Plant handled Dirrell way easier than David Benavidez did.
Yeah, and that's what I thought as well. I didn't really see. I just don't see him beating Plant. Canelo, you know, the thing is, people can give Canelo a lot of heck, man, but Canelo can really fight, man. And I think Canelo really just, you know, like you said, cut the ring off, baited him, and just did what a lot of great fighters do. He caught up to him later, and I just don't see that happening with Plant. I think Plant.
To me, bro, like I don't know, this don't mean much anything, but Canelo knows. He knows what the hell going on, just like we do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like David Benavidez was champion. He was the WBC champion two times, right? He was the champion while Canelo was campaigning in the same division as him, right? When the man lost his belt the second time, Canelo ended up fighting Yildirim for that vacant WBC, bro. Right after David Benavidez, he didn't in no time try to fight David Benavidez. But with Caleb Plant, the opportunity presented himself to fight Caleb Plant. He went towards that. You know what I'm saying? I know the first time with the negotiations, you know, it fell through, but they ended up fighting, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ducking and dodging Caleb Plant like he was David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, like I said, it's not much credence to that, but I think that's something, you know, that we should pay attention to. You know, Canelo sees something in him that, you know, a lot of people do. You know, that he didn't want to fight the man.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, man. Everybody talks about, you know, Canelo maneuvering and going around people, which I hate that he does. But to be honest with you, man, you can look at all the great fighters do that. You remember the fight? I don't know if you remember the fight when Roberto Duran fought Sugar Ray Leonard the second time. The man had to come from 190 pounds to make that fight. He lost 190 pounds and came down to 168 in 2 months. So the A side always had these inherited advantages, man. So I mean, the only thing is with Canelo, he's just very blatant about having those advantages. But I just, you know, I think it'd be a great fight, man. I'm excited about it. I just know for a fact, to me, I think that I think Plant might be the best at 168. he just might be the best at 168, and he's gonna get a chance to prove it. Because I think once he, stops the Mexican Monster, I would love to go see him stop Jamal Charlo, and that would be, huge to me. Because I think David Morrell, that thing's gonna work itself out. He's gonna end up fighting somebody and probably losing, so you might never get that. But
see, I don't agree about all that. I think you kind of like you got to give guys a chance first. Just to say he gonna lose and dismiss him. Just the guy has crazy potential. In his first 5 or 6 fights, he won a regular belt. He's fighting 12 rounders already. Like, the man is no slouch, bro. He gonna be a problem in the division, right? Then with Jamal Charlo, I think we should just dismiss him from any serious conversations in boxing until further notice, bro. I don't care about no fight with him and Caleb Plant. He's irrelevant. We're talking about 168 at 168. If Caleb Plant beats Dave Benavidez, he should be looking to get the rematch with Canelo. If that, you know what I'm saying? The winner of this fight should be getting a Canelo fight. Period. Point blank. Right. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna switch topics on you, man, a little bit, because I was watching your show, man, and I was listening to some of your basketball takes, man, and I was just mortified at some of the takes you was giving me. He was giving the fans about the NBA, bro. So I'm trying to figure this out, man. I want to know who is telling you that Kobe is a top 10 greatest all-time player. Who told you that?
And ain't nobody told me that. To me, he's a top 10 great player. To me. And the fact that what you were saying was ludicrous, that Nikola Jokic is already better than him. And that would mean where I have Kobe, you're putting Nikola Jokic in the top 10. If that's the case.
What I think I'll play this. I think Kobe's top 15. At the end of the day, I give Kobe a lot of credit, because if you look back, there was a time when Vince Carter and Kobe.
Time out. Let's pause. Who would have 14 players better than him?
I said Kobe's top 15. So I think Kobe would be in the 11 for 12 spot. To me. That's just to me. If you're talking about dominance, Kobe did not really contribute. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a diehard Kobe Bryant fan. I'm not a fan of Kobe. Once he died, everything he ever did was washed away. I'm a huge Kobe fan. I used to watch Kobe as a little kid when he was in high school. And for what I seen from Kobe couldn't get off the bench for the first 3 years. And
I think that's irrelevant. He was a fifth. He was the 14th pick in the NBA or the 13th pick in the. I think that's irrelevant. He overachieved from where he was drafted, bro. So I think that's irrelevant to bring up.
But this the thing. You talking about Kobe being an all-time great player with 1 MVP? How is that possible? You almost could say he was only the best player in the NBA for like maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years.
Maybe 2 years being what particular year?
I would say in 2007 and 2008. But that's arguable because LeBron was so dominant in 2007. But salute to my man, Derwin Jones Jr. I would say that if you look at Kobe's career, man, 2007 maybe.
Look, I'm gonna just say this. Look, when you come to Game and Takes, man, we can talk all about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for now, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk some clean boxing, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a knockout on this, man. He said LeBron got cooked. Hey, man, you gotta remember, man, LeBron is the second greatest player of all time, man. You gotta give LeBron a little bit of respect, man. He's the second greatest player of all time. And really, to be honest, when he get done, I hate to say he's gonna pass Jordan as the best once he gets done.
This the shit that you be doing, bro.
That's
like
the thing. Once he gets
you just
done,
you be saying some crazy shit, bro. Like I get the Ryan Garcia shit. Like I think you just be throwing shit at the wall, hope it stick, bro. Like
no,
I don't get it, bro. Like how?
What don't you get? What don't you get? Ask a question, man. What don't you get?
Man, with no context, you just be throwing shit at the wall, bro.
Okay.
Like,
if you ask me, why would I say? Why would
you
I
said
say
Kobe not top 10? Now you saying LeBron gonna be greatest? Like, no, bro.
LeBron. I'm gonna tell you why I say LeBron will be the greatest. The fact that the man went to, I think it was 9 straight finals. He got sick. On top of that, he never had a great coach. I mean, he's gonna be tied top 5 in assists, NBA all-time scoring leader. I mean, LeBron really can do it all. And at one time, I thought LeBron really You think about the year Derrick Rose won, he got cheated out of the MVP. You can
You
almost
see,
say
you do that, you say that, but then you talking about Kobe got one MVP, and you act like he didn't deserve Nash's second MVP. Like,
no,
come
he
on,
didn't.
bro.
He didn't.
Come on, bro.
He
Come
didn't,
on,
bro.
bro.
He
Nah,
didn't. Because hey,
bro.
I'm a Lakers fan.
Bro.
Man. I seen
But look, man,
Steve
we
Nash
getting
and the
too much
Suns
in the
dominate
basketball. I
us.
came for the boxing, man. Came for
Hey,
the
but
boxing.
this, because I gotta throw these shots at you, man. I got you, man, because I just want you to know the truth. But we get back to boxing. So let me ask you this: what do you think about Inouye versus Cool Boy Steph? Who you got in that fight?
Oh, that's a good fight. I have no pick in that fight as it currently stands, bro. No pick. Very, very a lot of question marks all up and down that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? And no way, will his power carry? Will Fulton be able to take his power if he does have it? Can Inoue adjust to a style that he's never seen before?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy who's gonna show great resistance. I'm expecting. You know, very athletic, hand speed, offense, defense, real good. You know, can fight, also can box. So it's not gonna be easy for Inoue. You know, because he's meeting somebody who's not as athletic as him, but has some great athletic ability. You know, so also yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, also Fulton, I feel like he probably will be able to take a lot of those shots better than them little dudes that Inoue fighting that's around his size, you know, because he's so big. He was about to go up to 126. You know, I really want to see how big he is. Then Inoue, that'll tell me a lot. That'll probably sway me in one way, you know. But yeah, bro, I think it's gonna be very challenging for Inoue, a pound for pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? Going up against, somebody to me who's just outside, the top 10 pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a real good fight, bro. I really don't know what that one as well. 50-50.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 fight. I can see what you're saying in that because I'm a huge Cool Boy Steph fan. The thing is, I'm just loving what Inoue's doing. The fact that he's willing to walk to the best guy at 122 who was about to go to 126 and say, hey, I want to fight you now. And in that fight, I'm just wondering, like you said, about the power. I think that the monster might stop Cool Boy, but there's a chance that Cool Boy can stop him. It's just gonna be a great fight. I mean, anyway, though, man, I'm telling you, man, he just looks special, man. He looks very special, bro. I don't know if he's juicing. I don't know what's going on with him.
You
But
see,
what I'm seeing,
you can't just be saying these type of things. I know you're not saying he is, but we can't just put that like that could be taken out of context easily, bro. I don't think the man juicing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that conversation should be brought up. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be throwing stuff at the wall, man.
hold on, we got a couple comments. My man said Magic and Kareem. This is those is his top three. Magic, MJ, Magic, and Kareem in his top three. Then he put
Hey Mev, join the panel, man. You wanted some boxing lives? Join the panel, bro. Stop ducking and fade, bro.
Then he said LeBron the best at losing compared to the rest with that 4-6 ratio nasty. And you said Fulton not stop Inouye. Hey, you know what? I really don't want to. I think that I just until you see it, you won't know. But I just think Inouye is gonna go in there and dominate Cool Boy stuff because I haven't seen him do anything less. I just at the end of the day when Cool Boy fought Fig, that was a lot closer fight than I thought the judges gave it to him. But I don't know, man. I'm really just thinking he might get stopped by Inouye. But the cool thing is we're getting a fight. That's a fight that I didn't think we was gonna get. Okay. What's up, my man Q in the building? What's up, bro?
QDG.
Y'all niggas crazy. It's Method, man.
Oh, that's Meth.
Oh, what's up, man?
look, that's Meth. Oh shit. Oh damn, nigga, that's Method.
Oh yeah, I'm about to stop you. I'm about to stop you. You've been
like
ducking
that,
me,
bro.
man. Meth been ducking me forever. So,
Hey, first time on the panel. Hey, salute the BBO. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all subscribe. Y'all share the video. Yeah, you gotta make sure you put your social media platforms up here too.
Yeah, I
man.
I gotta do that.
Hey, meet the biggest Take fan in the world, bro. Hey, BBO, this the guy you want to talk to right here, BBO.
Oh man,
my bro Method, bro.
Me and Meth been talking about this off and on, and he knows for a fact that Tank is about to get stopped, and he won't say nothing about that coward. That coward putting that rehydration clause in there. I mean, that's just the most cowardly thing I ever
What?
seen, man.
Why is a bunch of obese niggas rooting for Ryan? Nigga? What's going on? Hey, that nigga two-tone, you and this nigga two-tone could be twins, nigga. Y'all niggas y'all the only nigga that see hype this nigga Ryan up, nigga, man. Ryan going to sleep, nigga. That nigga Ryan going to sleep. You see what Denzel said? Denzel, he said, Ryan, yeah, they ain't shit.
Hey, man, I understand. I usually don't go at senior citizens, but I'll tell you this, bro. If you watch boxing, you know for a fact this fight is going to be a very challenging fight for Tank. I think this is going to push Tank to his limit. The height, the power, this is just going to be a lot for him. I just want to make sure that you don't hide when your boy Tank is unconscious, bro. Because we've seen this before. We've seen this before, man. We've seen this before where a guy do all this talking and go to bed. That's exactly what happened to Tank. Go ahead.
The problem is, man, Ryan's he's a good young fighter, man. He brings a lot of eyes to the sport. He's very innovative, very crafty as far as marketing. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing, man. But this guy Ryan, man, he not no inside fighter, man. And to beat Tank, you gonna have to beat Tank. Yeah, I mean, you gonna have to beat him up and make him stop fighting. And Ryan ain't gonna do that. If you just banking on one shot, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be I don't even want to say it's gonna be a long night. You going to sleep, you know. But yeah, for sure. There ain't too many guys gonna be able to sit there and beat Tank up. You think you're gonna go 12 rounds and you're gonna win on points? Yeah, I mean, you boxing with a guy that also is very great amateur pedigree. Probably should have went to the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, it's Ryan. He cool, man. They say he had a cool amateur pedigree. I mean, he knocked out Luke Campbell, but Tank ain't Luke Campbell, man. Luke Campbell ran. Tank ain't ready to run from shit. We'll knock that boy out, man.
And it's the thing about your boy Tank. Tank was at one time, you know, Devin Haney's sparring partner. You know, he was a good partner.
What you be saying, bro?
Listen. No, what I'm saying. What's what I'm saying? What Tank has done with his career is amazing. You know, having Floyd, taking him under his wing. I honestly think that when it comes down to it, the corner advantage is going to Ryan. That's one of the main reasons why I'm picking Ryan. I think Joe Goossen is a better trainer than Calvin Ford, and I just think the game plan is just gonna make the huge difference, man. And I'm not saying as if, I mean, hey, Ryan could lose, but I just don't see it. I just know some of the shots I've seen Tank take, you know, because Tank want to come close the show. So when he come down and put his little head down and come close the show out, I think that might be the time when he might get hit with a left hand, hit with a right hand, and get stopped. I mean, it's just that simple because we all know how Tank is. Tank's gonna come close the show. It's not like Tank is gonna win on points. He's not gonna ever coast. He's gonna kind of end the show. And when he comes in the show, he's gonna take a chance and get dropped. I mean, that's just how I see it going, man. And I'm telling you, if Ryan comes in there with a good stiff jab, keeps resetting Tank, keep Tank on his back foot, and that's what you got to do to a powerful fight like Tank. You got to keep Tank on his back foot. I haven't seen Tank fight on his back foot, and you're gonna have Ryan coming downhill. I think that might be the way to beat Tank. I mean, somebody strong enough to keep him back and keep him going backwards. That's gonna neutralize that power. We've seen that same thing with Tyson Fury to Deontay Wilder, man. Tank is serious, man, as far as power. This dude probably hit like a cruiserweight. So I'm not saying he don't have a chance. I just think with Joe Goossen in there, and to me, I think boxing is like 80% the corner. I think having a great game plan is huge, man. I've seen, you know, fighters who aren't the best have a great trainer and become better than you ever thought they could be. So that's just my take on it. I can't wait to see the fight. And I see Tank going to bed around the 8th or 9th round. That's just me.
You said Tank can't fight on the back foot.
I haven't seen him fight a ton on his back foot, is what I'm saying.
All right,
he usually going forward. So what I'm saying is with power punches, if you can make them go backwards, that's usually a recipe for defeating them. Usually. That's no guarantee.
I mean, Tank uses lateral movement. He can fight off the back foot. How anyone wants to put it, right? I mean, he's not a. I mean, we were saying Lomachenko. Lomachenko can't fight off the back foot. I'll say that. Tank fights off the back foot. He does a lot of crafty things with his feet. He makes small steps. He can pivot. He does a lot of different things. And Ryan cannot fight off the back foot. I'll say Ryan. I mean, he can throw. He can let his hands go while he's going backwards. But Ryan has probably, I don't know. I don't think he has worse footwork in boxing, but his legs is terrible. He stands up straight. Yeah, yeah. Ryan coming forward could be a recipe for disaster. Tank has way better. It's Peter educated.
It's gonna be to the body, BV. I'm telling you, like that man to the body, straight left.
I don't know, man. Bro. But you know, see the funny thing about boxing, I don't know if these new boxers fight enough. And the reason I say that is, you remember when Jaron Ennis fought this guy Kieran, and he was just walking to him, not shuffling to him. He was just walking up to him, and then Kieran was getting up under his arm and escaping from him. So what I'm saying is, I just want to see what happens when you bring the fight to Tank. And I'm just wondering if you bring the fight to him, will this be the time we might see Tank get knocked out? That's the thing, man. How many people have come to Tank? Not many. Usually Tank go get them. So that's the big thing I'm thinking. If you take the fight to Tank, and that's the only way, honestly, that's the only way I see you beating a powerful Tank is keep him on the back foot, get him against the ropes. And Ryan is super quick, man. That whip like left hand. I mean, we seen it when he fought. What was the guy, the Dominican guy that he knocked out going backwards? Pop, the dude. I mean, you seen it on slow motion, man. He was about to go to sleep and didn't even know it. I think those fast hands, man, is going to be a huge problem for Tank. Who has Tank fought that's that fast?
See, I get what you're saying, right? But I think Ryan's style would, like, those things that you mentioned would do good against a guy that's less skilled as Tank, right? Like it's like he similar to how we saw Tim Zeus stand up Tony Harrison, right? Was it last Saturday? Yeah, I mean that's not going to happen with Tank, right? You see what I'm saying? Ryan's going to smother his shots. I'm calling that right now. He's going to try some of those things that you say they try to walk down Tank at times or just try to press the issue, and then he's going to smother his shots. And once you smother your shots with a shorter fighter, you already gave me an advantage. You see what I'm saying? Ryan he's not the best at judging this distance. You know what I mean? So he's going to overextend those arms, overextend the right hand, which he does, probably overextend the jab, and he's going to get inside Tank's range. It might be a body shot or it might be the uppercut. He might send him. You know what I mean? But it's hard to tell. I mean, Tank, it comes down to who do you think? What do you think Ryan has that's better than Tank? Which punch?
I would say uppercut and just basically the left hook.
I think Tank's the better hook. I think Tank's more. I don't think it's a thing that Ryan does that's better than Tank. I think Tank has a better jab, left hook, right hook. I think he has better hooks.
And Matthew, why are we not talking about, like, bruh, who Ryan been fighting to prepare for Tank? We talking about Tank. He been fighting Emmanuel Tago and what's his guy name? His last fight, Javier Fortuna, who came off the couch, who was eating himself to oblivion. He came off the couch after like a year or two, bro. Ryan dragged him up to 140. Like, bro, who he been fighting, bro? Luke Campbell, okay, 2020, that was a good win. Before that, who he fought? The guy that Tank fought on Floyd undercard, Conor McGregor. Then before that, who he fought, bro? Like, he ain't fight nobody, bro.
Yeah.
See, this
bad
thing,
resume,
man.
Very bad. No former world champions besides Fortuna. And Fortuna was a world champion at 126.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing. When I see Tank, I get what you're saying. He has been more active, but really, in my opinion, a lot of these fighters are not very active to begin with, anyway. So, no matter what, I think Tank has fought the better opposition. But I'm just telling you, if you're thinking about the game plan, and this is what, and for me, I've always seen Joe Goossen have his fighters fight a level above of what they are. If you can really just name fighter after fighter that Goossen has, he always seems to give these guys a lot of confidence. They go in there very different than you might have seen him before. And I honestly can say I've seen him improve since he's been with Eddie Reynoso. Because I really think Eddie Reynoso kind of, to me, I'm not a big fan of him because he really, to me, doesn't really help his fighters get any better.
Right.
I feel like he really just has leaned on the fact of Canelo's talent. I think Canelo really needed to get with somebody like a Mark Breland or
Mark. Nah, because I see Mark training, and I see Mark's training. He was bringing his son to my coach for fundamentals and stuff like that. So I think outside of a jab in the right hand, Mark is not really the best as far as training fighting fundamentals and the whole nine.
That could be true. I'm more or less thinking about how Mark Breland used to fight, And I'm thinking if he could, train, a guy to fight like he used to fight, that educated jab, good movement. I'm just telling you, I think a lot of time, a lot of these trainers, man, a lot of these fighters getting held back by their trainer. Like Teofimo Lopez would be a really good fighter, but he got a real goofball dad who's holding him back, and he's not even turning the punches all the way over. Like that, something small like that, turning your punches over. Look at Jamel Charlo with Dick. Go ahead.
I'm a bad. I don't think we could blame Tio Senior at this point. I think it's the blame as far as Tio. I blame. See, that's when you blame the fighter, right? I think it's when a fighter should be able to recognize what's going on in the ring. You see what I'm saying? Like, why am I not being effective? Why am I not getting certain results? You as a fighter, when you're in the ring and you seeing the guy front you or you watching fights, you should be able to recognize certain things. Like, oh, he doing this. That's good. Well, my shit ain't that good. How can I fix this? And if he ain't trying to get better skill-wise or fundamental-wise, that's when the fight. I can't, I mean, he wants to sit there and not get better and just keep doing the same things. You see what I'm saying? That's insanity.
And I understand what you're saying, Matthew, but I feel like a lot of fighters, they need their trainer to point things like that out for them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters are, as talented as they may be, their IQ may not be to a certain place where they can say, oh, yeah, I'm doing this wrong, I'm doing that wrong, I'm doing. Sometimes they need a trainer to say that. And I don't think his father said, we seen how his father was training him when he fought Kambosos, bro. Oh, go knock him out, bro. Like shit like that. I think T.O.'s talent is so great. It's got him to a level where he was a former unified champion. You know what I'm saying? His talent is pure talent to me. And I know he had other guys working with him in the corner, but not long enough to really get the best out of him, bro. I mean, he fired them after he beat Lomachenko or something, I heard, or after he beat Richard Comey or something like that. So, he didn't really have a really great trainer in his corner for a stable amount of time. So,
I ain't even gonna lie. T.O. and Kevin Cunningham would be like a good mix. T.O. Who trained Andre Ward? Trained Mario Barrios as well. Like that's
Virgil Hunter.
Yeah, Virgil Hunter.
Boy said he terrible. He the worst trainer he ever seen.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. He recanted that statement though. He recanted it though. I get what he's saying as far as like what he's looking at. But yeah, I mean T.O. just gotta be. I get what you're saying too. I guess if your fighter can't have, he can't recognize what he's doing wrong. I mean, the thing about the internet, a lot of people saying, I mean, everybody ain't hating. Some people just like, yeah, you need to fix this or you're gonna get put to sleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this: what you asking a fighter to do is tough. Where you want a guy to be able to look at himself and say, "Let me get better at this. Let me get better at that." I don't think every fighter can do that. They can identify what they are, what they're doing, and I'm telling you that because I think one of my favorite trainers of all time, Eddie Futch. I mean, what he did with Ken Norton, man, is just it's amazing. You think about it now, like. Ken Norton had no reason in the world to be in the ring with Ali. But in my opinion, he beat Ali 3 times. But how did he do that? Because of the coaching, the training, showing him different things. And I'm telling you, man, that's the biggest misconception about boxing is how important the trainer is to the fighter, man. And a lot of these fighters, man, they're not active enough. Think about what's that guy, Norman Jr. that was up there fighting. He got in the ring, man. He looked awful. His dad screaming at him. It was one of the most, I thought it was a complete crap show, man. His dad was rattled, had the fighter rattled. I mean, you could keep going on, man. Look at Jerron Ennis in this latest fight. He wasn't listening to his dad. I mean, these trainers, man, I'm telling you, they killing the sport, man, by not making sure these guys are coming in ready to fight. Because I can say as soon as Caleb Plant got with Bread, man, I'm seeing the difference right away. Oh,
yeah. He going to sleep, though. Breadman's a hell of a trainer with Plant going to sleep. Yeah, Benavidez is going to beat the fur off of him.
You think so? You think even with that, even though him being so emotional, you think that won't hurt him in the end?
Hey, my guy Plant pulled up to a press conference with 101 security guards. I'll say Plant is more so mentally off. He is a little scared of Benavidez.
He said, you pull
up to a press conference with 101 security guards. Benavidez is on your mind. You see what I'm saying? I think everything else is a front.
Hey, but I'm just thinking, man, when you come in there that angry, I just think you're gonna
Oh,
lose your
BBO,
energy.
let me ask
Go
you
ahead.
this. My fault to cut you off, bro.
Go ahead.
Look, me, Method, and Q, you know I'm going with this Method. Was trying to explain to these dudes that Tony Harrison not the same. You know what I'm saying? That he not going to beat Tim Tszyu. I've been saying for a long time Tim Tszyu was going to knock his ass out. And now that he did what a lot of people thought he wasn't going to do, they all on this gravy train saying that Tim Tszyu going to knock out Jamel, bro. The buffoonery, bro.
Oh,
What
no
you think
way.
about that?
No way. At the end of the day, he be the old man, and that's the same thing
Oh
I've been
shit.
saying. When you look at Tony Harrison, man, I think he had an interview where he was somewhere, I think with Alicia Bumgarner, and he was talking about drinking beers or something. So his mind wasn't really in it. I think he got in there for a paycheck. Nobody wants to say that. He got in there for a paycheck. That's just what it was. And he really got in there. He didn't look like the Tony Harrison me and you remember. I mean, to me, that fight reminded me a lot when he fought Willie Nelson. It was the same stupid stuff he do. You know, running that gas out early because he got a good chin. He just ain't got no tank. So then you get in there, you know, you get hit with some big shots.
Good chin. I don't think so, bro. He don't be
I think
right
it's
up
more to
after
do
he
with
get
his
hurt,
gas
bro.
tank, man. I really think it's more to do with his because he took some big shots from Tim Tszyu and was cool earlier in the rounds, but then as we got into the deep rounds, that gas tank it always shows E, man. And that's the thing. I think that's been one of his biggest Achilles heels, man.
I think you need to go back and rewatch the fight.
Okay.
I say go back and rewatch it. Because tell me he load up on most of his shots. Yeah, man. And when he would hit Tony, you can see the head pop back. And just watch the legs when he get hit. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna take away from Tim Wynn saying I agree, right? Tony's old. He's an old 32. Yeah, man. He been knocked out a couple times. Not very, as you said, active. And then I mean, it's something how they training over there, where they get tired and I don't know. They exhaust their mental. They get mentally tired first. Yeah, I mean, I saw that with Bumgarner when she was fighting Michaela Meyer.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? They start to slow down. Their brain be depleted.
Hey, you know what's funny? And when Jamel get in there and absolutely dominate him, then you're gonna have people say all the time, "Oh man, I thought Tim Tszyu ain't got a chance in heck to beat no Jamel Charlo, bro." I think Jamel Charlo would stop Errol Spence. I mean, Jamel Charlo is something special, man. I don't think people realize how good this kid is, man. He might be one of the best, you know, if not the best. I think he actually, in my opinion, has replaced Winky Wright as the best junior welterweight of all time. Because I mean, he can do it all, man. He went from being known as a boxer to now he's a knockout artist. I mean, I just hope he move up and continue his legacy at 160, man. Because for me, man, Jamel Charlo, man, he's a special fighter, man. Because I think he would knock Errol Spence out. I think he would knock Bud out. I think he would knock Fundora out. I really do.
I agree with all of the above, bro.
And you know, and y'all know how much I love Errol Spence, but Errol Spence ain't got a chance against no Jamel
Charlo. I don't think them dudes at 47 could beat Fundora, bro. They got to show me a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they can beat Lubin. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they can beat Lubin. I mean
now that's a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Lubin is a
big
nice
dude,
fighter.
He's a big dude with power, but I don't know his chin. I don't know.
He getting hit by the best that they have in the division, man. if you think about it, except for Fundora and Charlo, he looks dominant when you see him in the ring. I mean, he
looked crazy against he looked crazy against Gausha. I think that's Gausha's best performance in the loss, bro.
Yeah, but you see, he pulled it out of there, man. It's just kind of funny, man. I just want Jamel to really get this fight with Errol Spence so he can solidify himself as the greatest junior welterweight.
I mean, that's going to be a conflict of interest. You know, they got the same trainer, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But.
Man, at the end of the day, Mike Tyson said it best. If you love me, fight me.
Hey, I get what you're saying, man, but Earl going to have to get knocked out by Bud first. That Bud going to knock Earl out, then they can do whatever the hell they want to do. They want to have a Texas showdown at the saloon in Texas, man. I'm cool with that. But that Bud going to get them stressed about them boys, and they can do what the hell they want to do.
You think Bud at this age can beat Errol? You think so?
Beat the shit out of Earl. Yeah. He look like Tony out there. He'll be an old 33 on that motherfucker, boy.
I
I mean,
like
they
the way he
both
looked.
ain't
I
the
like
same.
the way he looked against Advancing, man. He looked very, very slow. His feet looked like they didn't even belong to him.
And
I don't
what did you think about Earl against Ugas?
see. I would say to me, at times, Errol Spence looked better than ever versus Ugas, and then he did some of the stupid stuff he do, spitting the mouthpiece out. See, Errol do a lot of stupid stuff that'll irk your nerves. Where you be like, "What are you doing, spitting the mouthpiece out?" You know, or what are you doing, turning your back? Like Errol do a lot of the goofy stuff, man. For him being such a good technician, he
Don't.
just takes a
There's
lot.
more than that. A lot of lunging in. You know, a lot of lunging in.
Yeah, I think he just sometimes, if you ever hear Derek James talk to him, he really got to keep Errol focused, man. I think Errol has a hard time staying focused on the task at hand. And honestly, that's the one thing that scares me about him fighting Bud is because you never ever had to ever tell Bud to be focused. I've heard it over and over and over again from Derek James telling Errol, man, you gotta get in the lab and get focused. I mean, the man went after his biggest fight of his career, beating Sean Porter. He gets in a car accident because he out drinking all night. And it's just like that type of non-disciplined man. It scares me, man, because he really, if you think about it, he really kind of stifled his own career at times by just making dumb decision after dumb decision, bro.
You
Like,
know what?
what's
You know
that?
what? He ducking Bud, nigga. He ain't trying to fight Bud, man. He wasn't trying to fight Bud, nigga. What are you talking about, man?
They
I
gonna
don't
fight
know,
in
man.
June, bro. They gonna fight in June, bro.
I
I
hear you
believe that.
say that method, but you know, I keep every time I seen Bud fight, man, I always see hit. Now you talk about somebody getting hit. That brother get hit by everybody.
Errol
I
get
mean,
He's
hit more
supposed
than
to.
him. Stop it, bro.
He's supposed to get hit.
you
Errol
stop.
get
Did you
hit
see
more
when he
than him,
fought
bro.
Kell
Did you
Brook?
not see the Sean Porter fight?
Did you see when he fought Kell Brook?
Oh yeah, I seen it. That was about 4 rounds. That's not a sample size. I seen Errol get up out the head by Porter for 12 rounds on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know if and to be honest with you, I don't know if Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter kind of was on cruise control when he got in there with Bud, and then again went in there for a paycheck. I do, man. I don't think people understand. He was kind of done with his father, man. His father kind of to me always kind of put himself above Sean, and Sean at some point just got tired of it because Sean really was in there looking stupid, man. He in there going head first, running into shots. I mean.
That's how Sean fight, man.
Yeah, that's how you fight, bro. Come on.
I mean, he
You know
just
that?
looked horrible
Go
against
watch,
Bud.
go watch Birdo.
That's
Go
how
watch
that nigga
Birdo
fight,
Porter,
man.
right? Yeah, man. And then, yeah, man. Yeah, Birdo
thought-
Porter had the worst. That's the worst I've seen.
That was just
Man,
the
I
IQ
seen-
of Bud running him into the turnbuckle, man. And I ain't gonna
But-
lie to you, Bud really meant to throw a hook. That was really, you know, he really
Yeah.
meant to hit him with the hook, but he ended up throwing him into the buckle.
I just think Bud. I think Bud will get stopped by Errol at this point because I don't think he is what he used to be.
What
And
you mean by stop?
I think he'll go to the body.
Oh,
And when
shit.
I don't mean stop by like not. I don't think Errol Spence has one punch knockout power. He's more of a volume puncher. I think he would wear and chop that tree down, so to speak, when it comes to Bud, and at some point stop him because he really took apart Ugas, man. You got to remember he broke the man's ribs, broke his orbital bone.
I ain't hear he broke his rib now. I ain't hear all that.
Yeah, look
you
it
know,
up, bro.
you know, we talking about Ugas though, right? I mean,
Yeah, the Ugas that beat Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, the
Man.
Ugas that beat Sean Porter and got cheated. That same Ugas, yeah.
yeah, Bud stopped Sean Porter.
But I'm talking about it wasn't the same. I'm telling you, man, it wasn't the
See,
same.
now
Sean
it wasn't
Porter,
the
man.
same Sean Porter, but people had him winning. I'm not saying you had him winning, but people had him winning the fight, and people was picking him to beat Bud before the fight.
One of the main reasons we got that fight because people was, Bud ain't never fought Kell Brook. You know what? Bud beat Kell Brook. Bud ain't never fought Sean Porter. Stopped both of them. And all of a sudden it's, you know, them guys, they wasn't shit, man. They wasn't shit anyway. You know, it ain't Earl. Don't throw Earl the fuck up in there. It's gonna be the same way, bro. It's gonna be worse.
You know what's funny, man?
Earl more sit him down.
It's funny, man. I love Bud, man, but the thing is this, man. He walked away from the fight. I know y'all won't talk about that. He walked away from the fight, man.
Oh shit!
This is the biggest fight in boxing. He walked away from it, man. The fight, David Foodstamp, and he don't get me wrong, he got a bag for it, but come on, man. He walked away from a great fight to collect an easy bag, and that's what he's always done his whole career. He always take the path of least resistance. He fights Amir Khan. He fights Kell Brook, who hadn't been in the division in about 2-3 years. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're being real with yourself, BBO, man. You do know Showtime, man. When they used to air their fights, they wouldn't even put Bud name up there. It'd be Earl, Sean, and what Keith Thurman or Manny Pack. It'll be everybody else but Bud. They did not recognize the WBO. Yeah, I mean like Tom Brown said, man, them guys ain't want to fight. They had their own Al had their own plan for them guys to do what they was going to do. Yeah, I mean, probably was hoping Bud would retire or something. Yeah, I mean, so they ain't had to fight Bud. Yeah, I mean, because then when we finally got to where we at now, it was, he should have had Bob Byrne with him. It's a whole bunch of contradictions with the situation. I get that the fight ain't happened last year, but that still fall on Showtime, whoever was going to host that fight. Yeah, I mean, to seal that deal, bro. That's how business works. When they got to make a big fight for their platform and their network and for their fans who pay they pays monthly. Yeah, I mean, that's on them. It ain't on that's on them. Them suits got to figure that out, pay that bag. Yeah, I mean, the same way they was able to figure out a way to get Caleb Plant, Canelo, or Canelo, Floyd, or any of these mega fights. That's on them. Yeah, I mean.
I feel what you're saying, man. And I'll be honest, man. I don't like the whole size of the street thing because I remember when I was a little kid, I remember Roy Jones giving his phone number on TV and telling people call my phone right now if you want it. And so it's just a product of this new environment, man. These guys seem to not want to take the tough fights. And I don't know, man. Maybe you see it different than me. I just don't see Bud wanting to get in there with Errol, man. I just don't. That's
because you think highly. All right, so your opinion, Errol, come from what you think is. All right, see, I think Bud going to trap. I think Errol has terrible footwork. Mm-hmm. He going to trap him, right? And then
I wouldn't say he got terrible footwork.
I wouldn't say that either, man.
Because I feel like hold on. I feel like Errol has regressed. I think his footwork was really, really good before. I don't know what happened. I just don't know. But in the Ugas fight, his footwork was terrible, bro. Terrible. I think I have to say this. After the car accident is when I start seeing the regression in his footwork, bro. Because he before that, he was doing a lot of subtle things, a lot of step backs off the counters, you know what I'm saying? Pivoting, all of that. He ain't do none of that in the Ugas fight. None of that. He was squaring up a lot. His footing was just all over the place, bro.
But I guess for me it depends what we talking about, right? And who he was facing. I think one of the best performances he had was against Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook kind of gashed out a little bit. The punches took a little bit of effect. He did have his face broken prior to that. Errol wound up stopping him. But again, Errol got his own flaws. He just like Tony Harris, he let Errol stand him straight on up, beat his body, get on the ropes, ain't know what to do. Pedigree, right? Pedigree. It's pedigree to the thing. I'm not saying Errol is a scrub. I'm not saying he's a hell of a fighter. To me, his footwork ass. I think he'll find out when he fight Bud that he good, but he ain't Bud. You know what I mean?
And what I would counteract to that myth is this: what I would say. I look at Errol as more of a technician, and at the end of the day, Bud's an athlete. So Bud is a lot like Roy Jones. He's probably one of the best athletes boxing has seen in about 20 years. So you're talking about a guy who's super athletic, where I won't say that Errol's the most athletic guy. He's more of a technician. He's more or less he's going to have a great stance. He's going to come up with the high guard. He's going to go to your body. He's going to chop your body down, and then he's going to try to find a way at some point to wear you down. Because the way he beat Chris Algieri, I think that's how it'll be when he fight Bud. I think that'll be a great example. I think the way
that was a terrible example. You do realize Errol never fought a guy that's hit like Bud, move like Bud, punch like just not saying punch
like Bud.
The whole shebang, man. He ain't never fought that, man.
What is Danny Garcia?
Danny's accountable. All right, so Danny's a.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this, man. And I don't mean this. I this going. Fuck it. I'm gonna just go out and let me say it. At 140, Danny Garcia is one of the best fighters at 140 ever. One of. At 147, he is trash, bro. He. I don't want to call him in the bum, but he is not that good at 147. That's where his career took a complete different. I get he won the world title off what his name is.
Guerrero.
Yeah,
Robert Guerrero.
Guerrero, and he had a defense against what's his name? Damn, what's the guy name?
Was it Jesus?
he fought him like on one of them outside arenas. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. That's how irrelevant it was. The man didn't win no big fights at one. He made his career for winning big fights at 140. When he got those, a lot of those guys were over the hill, but I'm not gonna say anything about that. But at 147, the man lost all his big fights, bro.
You know he lost to Keith Thurman by 1 point, right? You know that, right?
What?
You know he lost to Keith Thurman by 1 point at the height of Keith Thurman's powers when he was at his absolute apex after beating Sean Porter. He lost to Danny Garcia. Man. Danny Garcia, man. I think Danny Garcia really, when he got up to the bigger weights, he just didn't get the benefit of the doubt on a couple of. I thought he beat Sean Porter, but he just didn't get the benefit of the doubt on some of them fights, man. And you never seen nobody beat him up the way that Errol did. And say what you want, I don't know. You say that Bud Errol never fought nobody powerful. You can't tell me Danny Garcia and it's just as powerful as Bud Crawford, man. You can't tell me
that. Danny got good load up on you, and Danny got spray and pray power, right? Like stand there, put your chin out, let me hit you in your chin. Yeah, that's good power. Bud got I'm gonna set you up. You can be coming forward, going back, wherever you going, you're gonna feel this shit.
BBO.
Like, yeah.
How does Danny Garcia hit hard in the man? Bud Crawford walked into 147, come from 135, 140. He walked in his division, get more knockouts than this man, bro. He knocked out a man that Danny Garcia lost to. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other guys, he's on a knockout streak right now.
Who did he fight, bro? Who did he fight? You keep talking about this great knockout streak. Who did he knock out?
Who did Danny Garcia knock out? We're talking about that. So I'm comparing the guys that Bud knocked out to who the hell did Danny Garcia knock out since he got this crazy power at 47?
Bud knocked out real welterweights, bro. You know that, right, BBO? Everyone Bud fought, bar Amir Khan, bro, was welterweight. They started at welterweight. Bar Amir Khan. That's probably it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody 47, 54. He knocked them out.
I mean,
Danny knocked out Granados, Brandon Rios. And that's it.
And while Danny Garcia running the 154, he can't even beat Mean Machine Igor Kavalauskas, bro.
Mean Machine special, bro. I mean,
we know about special, but Danny Garcia can't beat him.
This is the thing. This is the thing when it come to the Bud. He beat Jeff Horn, who I honestly don't know how in the world they cheated and gave Jeff Horn that belt to Manny Pacquiao. Took that belt from Manny Pacquiao. I'm telling you, man, Bob had more to do with that than people want to admit, man. Bob Arum controls. They always had that saying that the WBO stands for whatever Bob orders. And I think Bob had more to do with that than people want to admit. And I don't want you to sit here and think I'm saying that that Bud Crawford can't fight. He's actually one of my favorite fighters. My thing is I haven't seen him in any tough fights. And the man's what? He been in this whole time.
He sound like Smoke, bro. He sound just like Smoke. Hey, Smoke,
I haven't seen him in any tough fights.
That's crazy, man. But name one tough fight Earl been in.
I can keep naming them. Danny Garcia. He beat Danny Garcia, Chris Algieri, Kell Brook.
All L's before they fought. All L's. Those tough fights, though.
But Conor Ben beat Chris Algieri, man. Come on, man.
Okay, dude. Okay, now I'm talking about he beat Chris Algieri, the Chris Algieri that fought Manny Pacquiao. Man, I hear you, man.
You got his ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao, bro. Like,
hey, y'all can't.
Pacquiao rolled that man up so many times in the ring, bro. Doing backflips. Come on, man.
So, all jokes aside, man. So, I want to hear you tell me how good is Errol Spence. Then I want to hear your unbiased opinion. How good is Errol Spence? Take the Bud out of it. Is he an all-time great? Is he a Hall of Famer? Tell me what you think about this kid.
No, I mean, to inactive. I mean, just all right. So, like, if I was just looking on paper, I say I ain't know shit about boxing, right? And I'm just looking on paper, like, oh, this guy got a good knockout ratio. But he ain't got a lot of fights. Damn, he been this pro for this long, but he only got this many fights. Yeah, I mean, you'll be like, no, how good is it? Yeah, I mean, because again, it's like everything that you're saying, right, is like in the past. Mm-hmm. And right now, ever since Bud stuck in his division, yeah, I mean, we can give him credit for beating the Sean's for the belt, Ugas for the belt, fighting Danny. Yeah, I mean, I think Bud would have beat all of them. He beat Sean. Yeah, I mean, he'd beat the same guys. Yeah, I mean, but when you got that pound for pound best fighter in the world, that the world recognized. You see what I'm saying? He in your division, everything you fighting is not that guy. How good are you? You see what I'm saying? I think the issue again is fans kind of allowed that and they didn't call for that. I gotta blame the fans. But Earl, he cool. We cool. I mean, if there was no Bud, he probably would be undisputed. But we can see that since Bud came in division, he shied away from Bud. That's a fact. So he cool.
He ducked Bud.
That's a fact. You can see it.
I mean, Danny Garcia, Bud ran up on him. He talking about, I'll never fight Bud. Check. He ran up on Errol Spence. We know that's been a whole circus. Keith Thurman, I want 20 million, 10 million to fight Bud. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the writing's on the wall, bro. Like, them dudes ain't gonna fight that dude, man.
And the funny thing about Keith Thurman, I know a lot of people don't like him, man, but Keith Thurman is immensely talented, man. When he was on his game before, now that's you talk about somebody being inactive. That's a dude, that joker pretty much waited his whole career laying on the gurney. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know why he can't get healthy, but the man pretty much wasted most of his career hurt, injured. But
only thing that separate Earl and Thurman is Ugas. Yeah, I mean, they damn near the same motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, only difference is one from Texas, one from Florida. I mean, look at their careers, it's damn near the same.
Yeah, I mean, you said that as Bud has only fought 3 times in 3 years. You make it seem like Bud is this super active fighter. He hasn't been active in years, man.
You do know. All right, so listen.
Go ahead.
If all them guys was with Bob, man, them guys would have been dusted off. Bud would have damn near been at 54 right now, 3-time undisputed. them guys, man, they prolonged that shit. It's like you ever see the motherfucker prolong the ass whipping. That's what's going on. Prolonging the ass whipping.
You think Bud could beat Jamil?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he'll stop him. But I'm a favor Mel because Mel got crazy power, right?
See, you wasn't saying that before, Matthew. Now you kind of changed your tone.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. Right? He got crazy power, right? So I done seen him hit a nigga in his shit. Yeah, I mean, and the nigga just crumble up. Yeah, I mean, so. But Bud could beat him again. I'm a favorite Mel, so I'll say 60. That's the only person I'd be like, that's 60-40. Even with like a front door, it's like a 60-40 because that nigga uppercut is crazy. Yeah, I mean, you don't see the uppercut coming, you going to sleep or you folding up.
I don't know. I think Bud might be too small for 154. Man, he looks small for welterweight.
Yeah, he gonna get his ass kicked at 154, right?
Yeah, I don't. It's a couple guys I think could beat Bud at 154. That's the only thing. But I don't want to take away. See, this is the thing. I don't want to take away from the fighter, man, because I think Bud Crawford has embodied being, a champion. But at the end of the day, I think the fact that he was on ESPN kind of contributed to him getting some of them awards. The fact is this, man. ESPN is the biggest sports conglomerate in the world, man. So they're gonna put their fighters, of course, as pound for pound. They're gonna get a fighter of the year. They're gonna put their fighters on ESPN First Take. I mean, it's just that simple, man. That's how it's always been. I really don't understand where the whole size of the street came. I kind of miss the days when you had Bob Bam and Don King. And I'm telling you, Don King behind the boxing is really, really killing the sport, man, because you're getting all this bull crap you never got.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think has the best fighters? The Zone, Matchroom, whatever they call Golden Boy, PBC, or Top Rank. Who do you think has the best fighters?
I think Top Rank. I would say Top Rank has more of the best fighters in the smaller weight classes. Of course, PBC dominates at welterweight. That's kind of their calling card with the belts. Because I honestly think, and I'll be honest, I think a lot of it might have been the whole rematch clause with Bud, because they might be worried. But to me, I don't even think the Zone was on the map because the Zone had Devin Haney and did nothing with him. I mean, the Zone had Boo Boo Andre at his absolute peak of his powers and did nothing with him. But it would be a tie to me between PBC and Top Rank because Oscar always seemed to get in the way, man, of his fighters, man, because he want to be the star. He want to be Beyonce and not let his fighters shine. That's his problem, man. Oscar De La Hoya, man, he's too interested in getting high and dressing up as a lady and all that stuff, bro. So it's just kind of killing him. But I'm telling you, man, if you just look at it, man, I think the ESPN aspect has helped Bud quite a bit, man, because a lot of people don't know who the heck Bud is, bro. But
that's
fighter of the year.
Man, I was in the movie theaters. It's motherfucking casual of casuals. No old Bud is.
Nah,
And they was hating.
that's
They
cap,
was hating.
bro.
That's
I went
They
to
was
cat,
the
hating.
man.
movies and I watched
That's
that
cat,
shit. They
man.
ain't know who that was, man.
Shit, I heard a motherfucker
If
said
you go
this guy
down the
thinks he
street,
nice, man.
if you
Bud came
go,
on the screen. He was hating on Bud. I'm like,
if
damn.
you if you go down the street right now, Method, and ask somebody and pull a picture of Bud and say who did, them niggas ain't gonna know who he is. Bro. Let's keep the ball, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Not everybody. Yeah, I mean, I think Canelo, Tank, Ryan, they like those guys. Yeah, I mean, you show them pictures, they gonna be, oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think Bud has a big fan base. I think he's one of them. Like in the top 10 guys people know in boxing. I think Bud would be one of the top 10 as far as a day.
Oh man. I don't know, man. You keep talking about people knowing Bud. Be honest with you, man. These guys ain't doing enough like Floyd did, like going dancing with the stars. These guys ain't really working hard to get their name out there, man. That's the part that's killing boxing too.
Well, different time. Yeah, I mean, Floyd came up pre-social media. It was damn near like Floyd came out like, let me see, post 9/11, that 9/11 era. Golden Boy just came into boxing. Yeah, I mean, so he had the best of both worlds. Right at the Don King, Golden Boy hit the scene. You had a lot of great names in boxing. The Olympics was still the Olympics per se. Yeah, I mean, Andre Ward on the scene. It was different time. Yeah, I mean, and then he finished his era right before during that Instagram. Instagram was kind of just getting off the ground, and Twitter was kind of still early Twitter. Yeah, I mean, nowadays it's people got short attention span. Damn it, the whole world got ADHD.
Hey, I think that's true, but you know, it's just funny, man. A fight like the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight don't happen, but then you get Ryan versus Tank, which is crazy.
That's great for boxing, though. I'm glad the little the little guys getting the thump first. Like again, if I had it perfect, if I had it my way, man, it would be Tank versus Ryan, Shakur Devin or Keyshawn, any of them motherfuckers, right? And then Crawford, Spence, AJ Wilder, Usyk, Fury. You see what I'm saying? They just motherfuckers just going to war the end of the year off. You know what I mean? And nobody feel bad who lose. Somebody got to win. Get a rematch if it's close. On to the next guy. I mean, because a lot of guys they talk a good game, but they really don't want to be getting in there, man. They don't want to get in there, man. And it ain't just them; it's the suits as well. Yeah, I mean, the suits be scared that their guy lose and the fangs ain't gonna rock with them. But I'm like, that's what the hardcore is for. If y'all stop try to finesse the hardcore, I mean, then we ones that back the sport. Yeah, I mean, we going back the fighters. Yeah, I mean, y'all turn on. Yeah, I mean, y'all throw them fighters away in the dust. We done seen it over the years.
Yeah.
Hey, all them fights gonna happen, bro. I don't know about Usyk and Fury. Fury on that weird shit, ducking and playing around and playing with niggas' time, and I don't know.
I think Fury's scared, man. I never thought I would see the Gypsy Queen so scared like this, but he's actually scared of this guy, man. I mean,
no, he promoting the fight. He trying to make it bigger. He doing Usyk a favor. Usyk, it's hard. Usyk a hard motherfucker for right. Like, all right, so we just seen he fought Dillian White, fought Chisora. Yeah, I mean, they good fights back to back. Yeah, I think he kind of promoted the fight. I think because Usyk don't really talk shit. Fury do, so it'd be damn near like the second Wilder press conference. Was that the second fight? The third fight when he was talking to himself damn near on the press conference to his damn self. Yeah, I mean, I think it's more so him promoting the fight more than him being. He not scared of no damn Usyk a little nigga.
Usyk a little dude.
Hey, that little
shit. That's a little team nigga.
Sleeping, bro.
Hey, watch. Hey, first when they had that first press conference, first face off, y'all gonna be like, "Yo, that nigga Usyk little was shit." Guarantee you, but yeah, Fury gonna beat the shit out of him. I'm trying to tell you, Usyk gonna look old as shit.
Yeah, I don't see Usyk beating Tyson Fury either. Just off the fact that you know that Tyson Fury is gonna lay on him, he's gonna hold him, he's gonna hook him, hold his head down. He's gonna have him tired as heck, man, and then get him out of there. But you know the funny thing is, one guy I'm watching for is Joe Joyce, man. I think Joe Joyce might be the best
Oh, here we
in the
go.
heavyweight division. Here we go, man. You know exactly where
Everybody
I'm
be
going.
talking about this dude, bro.
He's a monster, man.
Man,
He'll stop Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder is my favorite fighter in boxing.
Deontay Wilder knocked that man upside his head, bro.
Yeah, you know he can take
Cut it
them
out,
punches,
bro.
man. They call him the juggernaut for a reason, man.
They saying the
The
man can
Juggernaut
take
got his
Wilder
ass
right
whipped.
hand. Oh man, tripping, bro.
Y'all, the Juggernaut got beat before. Real shit. Comic book and in real life. He got beat before.
I mean, if you talking about that old fight when he lost to Usyk, man, I don't know. I think the funny thing that the Tyson Fury is he hasn't been a complete fighter yet. I mean, if you want to talk about, beating Klitschko and Wilder are pretty much the same fighter. The only difference is Klitschko had like a jab with that same right hand. I mean, Dillian White.
I mean, Wilder got a jab with right hand.
Nah, not as good as Klitschko was. I mean, Deontay's my favorite fighter, but he's a one-trick pony at best.
At least you can admit that shit, right? At least you can admit it.
Yeah, because unlike my man X, man, I'm gonna keep it real. He's my favorite fighter in the world. I done bought all his fights, but he always, no matter what you see on Instagram or what you see on YouTube, he's gonna do what he always does. He's gonna go back to throwing that wild right hand and hope he catch it. I mean, that's just how it is. But I think if you get with a guy like Usyk, man, who's a complete fighter, I think that's going to be the real challenge because unless they let Fury hold him, I just think the movement and I think he's just going to just pretty much pick him apart. Because really, if you think about Tyson Fury's biggest wins, he hasn't been a complete fighter yet. So when you hear that foolishness that he could beat Ali, get out of here. Ali would stop him.
Here we go with this shit, man. Here we go with this shit, man.
Yeah, he tripping. Ali too little, man. Ali would be fighting a guy that fight like him, but just bigger.
Ali at 6'4", 220. You think he's too little?
Too damn
Not
little.
6'4", he's 6'3".
I'm talking. If you seen him, you probably be considered 6'4" now, man. At 6'4", 220. I don't know how. I don't know if y'all watch boxing, how y'all can say that, man. It's the same dude that defended the belt. What? 10 times,
Logic,
3 times?
Man. Logic, bro. Logic.
The logic of what?
Logic.
You think so? Let me ask you. Are you talking about the Ali before he got suspended, the young Ali, or are you talking about the old one that came back? Which one are you talking about?
Matter which one, bro.
If you talk about the young one from the 60s, he would be too fast.
To me, don't matter which one, bro. It ain't gonna be easy, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like he going like just walk Tyson Fury up and down the ring like hell no, bro. Y'all niggas tripping, bro.
Man, he had power in both hands, man. He would stop, man. I put like this, man.
Bro, he ain't never fought a 300-pound man, bro. Let's talk about that though. We want to ignore the reality of the shit, bro.
He didn't fight a 300-pound man, but he beat a lot of Hall of Famers, man. Frazier, Ken Norton. I think Ken Norton's about 6'5", maybe. I mean, because I don't think Fury's no 6'9". I think Fury might be about 6'6", 6'7", because I'm about 6'5", and I don't think Tyson's no 6'9", man. When I seen him,
I think he is. I seen him next to some wrestlers.
He looked like he about 6'7". I could be wrong.
I seen him next to some tall niggas, bro. That nigga definitely 6'9", bro.
I don't know, but that being said, man, I don't see him beating. I think George Foreman, Larry Holmes, it's a bunch of guys that would stop Tyson Fury pretty easy, bro, because he's never been a complete fighter. I mean, if you being objective, he really hasn't. Who did he beat? That's a complete fighter. Nobody.
It depends which Fury's fighting Foreman, right? So if it's Fury with Sugar Hill, he'd be Foreman. But the Fury, Ben Davison, and the one that fought Klitschko, he's not going to beat Foreman.
Yeah, I mean I put like this, and that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, man. The fact that the trainer Sugar Hill and done some great things with Tyson Fury, and he kind of changed his career for the better, turning his punches all the way over, knocking guys out. I mean, he looks. I never thought I would see the day where you see Wilder tumble. Fury tumble. Who he gonna knock out? That's what he always talking about now, smashing people's brains. I'm gonna smash his face. I don't know. I just want to see him get in there with Joe Joyce. That'll let me know if he beat Joe Joyce. That'll let me know that this dude is the real deal for real.
Bro, Joe Joyce ain't do shit, bro. What is being Joe Joyce like, bro? Like, what is that, bro? He just beat the best guy in the division. Deontay Wilder, who is not a complete fighter, but that whole complete shit never hindered him. He was knocking niggas out. You know what I'm saying? He put Tyson Fury ass on the canvas, bro. You know what I'm saying? He will put anybody in the division ass on the canvas if he hit you with the right hand. You know what I'm saying? So he beat that dude who was one of the top two, being Anthony Joshua and him. Put that nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know what he got going on. Why he not fighting Usyk? I don't know. But once he beat this dude, that should be all the solidification that y'all need, bro. Not no Joe Joyce, bro.
Hey, you sleeping
Joe
on
Joyce
Joe
ain't no
Joyce.
unified champion or former unified champion. He
It's
not
been a
formally undisputed, bro.
It's a bunch of guys. It's a bunch of guys who didn't have the belt, and you could just see it that this dude is that guy, man. I heard Malik Scott say, point blank, that would be a tough fight. Andy Ruiz would be an easy fight for us compared to Joe Joyce. It's the reason why my favorite fighter don't want him. It's the reason why Tyson Fury won't say his name. I mean, I'm telling you, man.
Bro, who's gonna buy Joe Joyce versus Deontay? Who, bro?
You tell me that won't be a big fight in the UK at the O2? You know.
I mean, the UK, yeah, but they're not fighting in the UK, bro. Deontay Wilder, the A side in that. Facts. So why
But
would
Deontay
they
Wilder
fight
don't.
in the UK, bro?
If you think about it, Deontay Wilder don't mind traveling. He was about to go to Russia to fight Povetkin.
Bro, that fight gonna happen over here, bro. If Deontay Wilder's the A side, it's happening over here. So that whole traveling thing ain't happening, bro.
So if they fight in Brooklyn, right? You telling me that you think Deontay Wilder would knock him out easy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Deontay Wilder damn near his hometown, bro. That's like his second home. Facts, bro. You gonna kill that man if it's in Brooklyn, bro. If it's anywhere else, that man got a chance, bro. If it's anywhere in Alabama,
where he beat Joseph Parker? Did y'all see that Joseph Parker fight?
Out.
Did y'all see that fight? The way he beat Joseph Parker like that?
Bro, Joseph Parker is like the worst heavyweight I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Oh my God.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's cut it out, bro.
Hey, you cut it out, bro.
That nigga's the slowest shit.
You don't give niggas no credit, man. You don't give nobody.
I'm being honest, bro. I'm being honest, bro. Like, come on, man.
That nigga ready.
Talk about Joseph Parker, bro. Tyson.
Bro, you don't give nobody no credit. If you want to be the
Joe
cat
Joyce
who
cool, man. I'm not over crediting Joe Joyce. Cool, man. I mean, he cool, bro. He cool, bro. Tyson Fury beat that man all up and down the ring, bro. Deontay Wilder will knock that man out, bro. Come on, bro. Stop with the cap, man.
Hey, man, I gotta go to work. I want to ask y'all one question before I get out of here, man. So is Badou Jack a Hall of Famer? I want to ask you that, Method and X. Is Badou Jack a Hall of Famer now?
He missing 2 good wins. 2 good wins. He get 2 good wins. Yeah.
Even though Stevenson was ducking him.
I mean, ducking ain't on paper, right? I mean, we had talked about it for years, right? But what's Stevenson?
Super Punch.
No, he fought Stevenson.
That's right, he did. I take that back.
Yeah, he put hands on him, but he blew it. Every fight he had him, he just blew it. He had Stevenson, he had Pascal, he blew it.
Yeah, but when
Pascal was ass, man. That nigga.
When he beat MacBook, though, I was just wondering, did you think he was a Hall of Famer for beating MacBook?
I think he need to fight Canelo. Fight Canelo, see how that play out.
You think Canelo would get Badou Jack a fight?
Yeah. That's a big ass fight in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think Badou Jack, man, really then took some tough for a guy that's not a star, man. He didn't really took some tough fights, man, and just sometimes he just came up, came just that short, man, of it. But I think he being a 3-division world champion, man, and a true one. No Mickey Mouse belts. I mean, I got to give him credit for that, man. I really do. I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, if we can get Canelo to fight him in Saudi Arabia, and even if he don't win, get the draw. You know what I mean? Even a fight of the year type fight. You know what I mean? Just fighting Canelo, being a 3-division champ, that speak volumes. That speak for itself.
Hey, shout out to my man Kareem Boxing News, bro. But the thing is, man, with Badou Jack, that's just you know what? He remind me of a lot like Ernie Shavers, where he just don't have that signature win. But people say Ernie Shavers is a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm wondering, would he be a Hall of Famer off that?
Shit, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? I really wouldn't, bro. I mean, how old is he? Like 39? He got to be. Is he 40, not the oldest cruiserweight champion?
Yeah,
Could be.
yeah,
That's crazy, bro. McAboo was ass. Though. I didn't know he was bad like that, bro. That
yeah.
nigga-
MacBook is bad, man.
he worse than Joseph Parker, bro. For real, bro. That nigga is ass. That shit. I didn't know, cause I was saying, oh, he gonna beat. I was like, yeah, he gonna beat Badu Jack. Matthew was like, man, you tripping. I was like, nah, I ain't tripping. He gonna knock him out, man. I didn't know bro was that bad. I was just saying, I didn't know he was that bad, bro.
Yeah, that boy Mac. Hey, that's why Canelo wanted the MacBook, man, because I mean he got knocked up by Tony Bellier, and you know Tony Bellier stay getting beat.
Yeah, Canelo would have beat him all upside his head, man. For real, bro.
Hey,
They would have to
man.
get the stretcher get his big ass out of there, bro.
Hey, this remind me of that. I don't know if you ever seen that movie Do the Right Thing. What he say? I'm gonna bust your black head.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, but I appreciate y'all boys hopping on with me, man. I gotta get up and go to work, man.
Yes,
Peace
sir.
and blessings, y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all cats soon.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.